Hello, this is Rebirth of Legend here with another replay analysis. It's going to be for our friend Sheepdog. We'll be playing a Legion Commander in this game. Alright, let's see what happens here. So this is a 1k MMR game.
Night Stalker.
Medusa.
Anti-mage.
Do we pick the LC now?
The sack.
Now?
Sniper.
Okay. I mean, like,
Lena.
your lane's already blow and you're not helping me cause right now. So, I mean, I know it's super low MMR, but, and like, going cores don't hurt, but you should probably learn to actually like play Dota, and just jungling an LC isn't teaching you shit about how to approach the game. It's like jungling LC kind of sucks. It's one of those jungle heroes where it's like you don't do anything for a very long time, and the payoff is, it's just not there. It's like, oh, we have another core, 40 minutes in, cool. Where your team will get ravaged so much in the laning phase, it's not worth it. Like, you guys already have late game and a half here. Slark, Sniper, Dusa. They're like, kind of, see, like Enigma, that's a good jungler who doesn't fuck your whole team. So, something else pointed out to your skill build. I'm assuming you do end up jungling, which means it's not going to be a whole lot to see. You should start with the Stout Shield if you're jungling, not this. Yeah, so Stout Shield's going to block a lot more damage than a Ring of Protection. Unless you're building something that like, you can show up to lane with a Ring of Protection if you want, but like, I mean, it's not that bad because you're pulling, but you don't need to be pulling. The most efficient way to jungle when you're dire side is you chop this tree, jungle this camp, and then pull. Like, you pull the stack at like, I think it's like 55. I don't do it a lot because I don't hate my team. It's like this, you're taking so much damage because you don't have a Quelling Blade. This is really bad. Are you actually gonna die here? No, it's close. There was no reason you need to get shit on that bad. Like, this is not helping anywhere near as much as the as much as a Stout Shield will help. Like, you're pulling, but now it's like 2 minutes in, and you're like still level 1. Like, what's the point? You could have like laned and made more of an impact. Like, if you want to be a retard in jungle on like dire side or something, you can do that. You cut and then sit in this choke point so only one creep can hit you at a time. You still want a Stout Shield for that. Then you stack by pulling it back at 55, so the creeps pull through, camp stacks, you just keep angle jungling. A ranged hero can Quelling through all these trees and just attack this from the high ground. You still want a Quelling Blade on a ranged hero because you're being a douche and you're jungling. So like Sniper or Dusa could have came here and done this. Dusa can also, I think they can just do Ancients. It just involves like microing. But like, this is just, you're not learning to play Dota, you're learning to play like World of Warcraft. You're doing some player versus environment, and you're hoping at some point you'll be able to help people. And it's low level, so like it'll work to some extent, but it's still not good. So you should always have a Stout Shield, whether you're laning or jungling on a melee hero. You should pretty much always get it. Particularly when you're jungling though, you definitely need it because you're going to be tanking a lot of creep damage, and the block from it's really nice. Someone else said, like, since you're jungling, you probably do want to steal these. I don't think you're going to want a really fast level of overwhelming odds, because this is not going to help you jungle. It might help you gank, but if you're not ganking, then there's no reason to do it. You have to like, look at the lanes, like, what's going to help? Can you get kills in this lane with it? They don't really have much. I mean, maybe you could run this guy down. But if I had to guess, you're just going to be jungling, right? And this is also very inefficient to kill. This shit collectively is worth like 100 experience. This is so slow. You're like level 3 at 5 minutes. It's disgustingly slow. Now let's see how much these are worth. 37 to 78. 41. So these are worth, this whole camp is only worth like 123 experience. It's nothing. You can't be jungling easy camps, so just the experience gain's not enough. And if like that's how you're gonna do it, you're just wasting your time. Because like right now, like what have you done? You made your lanes weaker. You've got 10 creeps and 3 levels. Are you guys even winning an experience? No, not even close. Because they have an Enigma, an actual jungler. Like, this guy's not even jungling well. He could be level 6 right now. Clearly, like, it's a low level game, so like I'm trying to give you like a little bit of leeway. But like he's not jungling efficiently. He could be level 6 right now and ganking, but he's destroying you, right? He's a whole level ahead of you. He should be even way far. He should be way farther ahead, but he's got tranquils. Very exciting stuff. And you're still just doing pulls to the easy camp. Like, this is such a waste. Like, you're denying them some experience, I guess, but like you're getting so little from this. I just need to like emphasize that. And cool, you got a Bastion boots. What are you gonna do with it? You're gonna get killed by Alina with it. Oh no, we live. Like, if you want to play a core, go into a lane and play a core. Staying in the jungle is just a way to like not learn anything about how the game works. Like, you're not gonna learn mechanics because you just sit there and you just attack creeps and try not to die to creeps. You're not gonna learn like how to hold lane equilibrium. You're not gonna learn like what aggression, like how to play aggressive in a lane, like how to punish people who are playing over aggressive. You're not. You're just sitting here and you're gonna auto creeps. But like, we're leveling this now, and I mean, if you had huge stacks, maybe that'd be okay. I think the damage might justify it. But Leech is not even a hero that kills stacks, so that's not even like, I don't even know why I mentioned it. It wasn't even worth talking about. You still don't have the stout shield, so you're taking tons of damage from these. Like, these creeps, half the time they do no damage when they're small. These creeps do 50% damage, so like it's like a 25% resist. Stopped attacking for a minute there. I mean, I don't know how to jungle this here, and I don't really play LC, but this just seems really bad. Like, I know general concept of jungling, and just pulling into the easy camp for 5-8 minutes straight is terrible. So it's 10 minutes in. Okay, let's pause. It's 10 minutes in. You're level 5.5. What's Enigma doing? Holy crap, his jungling is so bad. This guy could have been like, this Enigma, if he were competent, he could have ganked, he could have gotten kills. His farm's probably way higher than yours too, right? Not really. So if this were competent Enigma, he'd have probably like 70 creeps. He would have had level 6 probably about 4 or 5 minutes ago. He probably would have ganked and gotten a kill, and he could have pushed a tower with his Eidolons. Like, that's an actual efficient jungler, and your hero's not. You're just not learning things. Like, I just want to stress that. Like, you're not learning anything doing this. I think it's really important. Let's like watch your player perspective and see what you do. You're not looking at lanes either, so you don't really know what's going on elsewhere. We're gonna look at your player perspective, and we're gonna see how often you actually click lanes and click heroes and see what people have. So you can, like, in your post, you're like, oh, my team's feeding. There's something we could do. Well, it's just like, you didn't do anything to help them. The lanes are hard. Or like, your team's like super late game orientated. Nice, you got a free duel. That's good. I don't even know if that was on purpose though. I feel like you just walked over there accidentally, right? Go to place a ward. Oh, you saw Leshrac, low HP. Like, wander over to him. He gets chased down the hill. Going with courage. Cool, and you get a kill. That seemed like almost accidental. Like, you went to place a ward to let yourself jungle more. So you got treads. So since there's an anti-mage, I play a lot of anti-mage, and what really annoys me is when LCs get Shadowblade, because you can outplay a blink, but the Shadowblade's really hard to outplay. You just have to like kind of guess where the LC is going to be. And this his farm's, he died a lot, so that's really bad for him. And you're going for an armlet now, so what does it do? It just makes you like stronger in a fight or when you get your duel off. But you should be getting something that lets you gank and now like start contributing. Which this isn't, which game that's gonna do. I don't know why you TP to a tier 2 there either. You could have TP to the tier 1 and gotten some more of those creeps and just go right back to the woods. You could have farmed the lane there too. Like, lane farming is much more efficient than jungle farming. No one's in that lane, so you're not taking it from anyone. Like, going for this armlet, will make you stronger in your duels. It's like, it's an okay item. I don't think it's particularly great on here. Like, you should be going for like Shadow Blade, Blade Mail, Blink Blade Mail, because AM does a lot of damage, and you reflecting that damage back at him means he's gonna kill himself in your duels if you do it correctly. But like, this isn't gonna let you get the duel off on people. Like, if you hit people with the Shadow Blade, like, she'll die. She's a pretty squishy hero. They actually have some items now, because they're doing okay. But like, they're still pretty squishy. They're very low armor heroes. Enigma's the same way. 700 HP. He's got a blink dagger, no mech. Like, you just have to get on top of these people, hit them once with the Shadow Blade, and duel them, and you'll kill a lot of people. It's a pretty fast. Battle Fury. Respect. Like, what are we doing here? Still jungling? It's 15 minutes into the game and you're like, haven't done anything apart from like jungle and randomly wander into a kill. So I ask if you could have done anything more. It's like, well, you could have not picked this jungle hero. Or if you were, you could have tried like being a little more active in like the lanes or something. But like, it's hard. He's not a hero that's very active. Like, a Doom can jungle, and at least when he gets 6, he can just walk out and Doom someone, and maybe that'll get a kill. And like her, like, you can kind of like try and run up and get a duel, which is like an okay disable, but you need to snowball and get lots of duel victories. It's 16 minutes in, you've done, I think, 1 duel, and you won it, and it was kind of like an accident you ran into it. Someone else said, I mean, you're just straight jungling, so I'd still probably max that first. Yeah, pressed attack is probably still worth maxing over this. And you probably only want to get like 2 levels and then get this. It's kind of like a life stealer. Like a life stealer, leveling your... on a life stealer, you only need 2 levels in your passive to like keep jungling and maintain your HP. And then you want to start getting your other skills. Your other skills are going to help you like get kills, run people down, like contribute and stuff. So even if you're being like a D-bag and you're jungling Lifesteal, another horrible jungling hero, but that can technically do it, you still wouldn't get more than like 2 levels of his passive. And I imagine the same applies to LC. Like, it's the same chance to counterattack, so the speed at which you're jungling is the same. Because the damage doesn't change, just your healing percentage on it does. Like, I guess it lowers the cooldown too, so I guess it's not entirely true. Maybe you'll get lucky every once in a while and get an extra attack in during the cooldown, but it's really not that big of a deal. And then this is going to help you get kills. It's going to help you run down people and help you get kills. In team fights, it's going to do a huge amount of damage. And skilling like this is just really bad. There's another post in your thread where someone talks about your skill build being bad, and I think like 1 or 2 levels and that's probably fine if you're jungling. Maxing that is good when you're jungling, but you need to like get some of these points early. And that's going to help you like get kills, because that nuke will lower people before you duel them. It'll also let you run and catch up to them. I think the move speed, yeah, the move speed's the same. So you run up here. It's rough, because like, you need to do that to hold them in place. I'd say you kind of use the press the attack early, but I guess you really didn't have much of a choice. You could have like ran up and then used it, I guess, but I don't think it really would have mattered. Let's look at it again. I mean, I think it was still worth running up and then using press the attack. It's not going to really change anything, because you lose the entire move speed bonus before you duel. I don't even think you got it for 1 attack. And he's pretty oh god, yeah, he's got the soul booster, so he's got a lot of HP. If you wanted to, like, it's not bad using it just for CC, like, you want to secure the kills, but damage is also like really important, so you have to like kind of weigh those things out. I probably would have tried being greedy and then dueling at the last second if I thought we needed it for lockdown. So we go here. There's an AM, which is gonna mana burn you. He's just rushing a Manta. He doesn't have a Vlad, so that's another thing that makes it harder for him to trade with you too, because he doesn't have the Vlads. But the Manta's gonna let him dodge you if you get a blink. So like right now, you could have a Shadow Blade, Imagine if you had a Shadow Blade right now instead of this armlet, and they're very similar cost items. It's like a 400 difference. This AM, what you doing? This AM didn't get any levels in stats. Good anti-mages generally do something called the Burning build. Burning is a Chinese professional Dota player who popularized this style of play, which involves getting heavy stats on anti-mage. Because his gains are very low, it helps him jungle, it helps with a lot of things on anti-mage. And like 1 point into each one of these is really good. So right now, if you went like Shadow Blade into Blade Mail, when you duel this guy, when you hit him and then duel him, he's gonna mana burn you, which is gonna hurt you, but it's gonna hurt him equally as pure damage, which doesn't even get reduced by this. So you're doing all physical and pure damage. His armor he's a pretty low armor hero for an agi hero. So you're doing physical, which goes through this. Pure damage from the Blade Mail also goes through this. And his mana break, which usually helps him kill people, is going to help you kill him. And you could follow a guy around and duel him all the time, and you'd get free damage. So this armlet did nothing. Like, you have to look at the game and figure out like what's going to help you. You have anti-mage, you need either a blink or a Shadow Blade to get on top. Because it's an anti-mage, the Shadow Blade tends to be better. And you know, if you want to think about where you are MMR wise, Shadow Blades tend to be kind of broken low level because invis heroes and people don't like buying detection, and they only have really. Do they even have a support? I guess she's kind of a support, but she's farming. They're all just like sharing farm.
Ooh, dire! You gotta fortify them. Their structures. Good work.
Yeah, you'd be dead there if you had the Shadow Blade and some mana. You also TP'd here with no mana, so you're just coming here to farm. You probably want to try and be looking for kills right now. Because if you get the Shadow Blade, like your team doesn't have wards either, it'd probably be worth just buying wards, putting wards up in the woods, and you could farm their jungle. Like with your kit, you can farm their jungle just fine. So you farm their woods, and wait for someone to show up with your ward vision. And then you kill the person and go back to jungling. You just create pressure, and then you're getting farm on their side of the map, which frees up space for your super carry heavy team, which is like kind of ridiculous in your lineup. Like even if the Slark is getting a Shadow Blade, I still think it's worth it for you to get it. I mean, you could get the blink instead, but I don't really think it's that big of a deal. Enigma crushing it. Hell yeah, got a dual victory. Man. Like here you are jungling, and you're like, oh, there's a huge team fight near me. I should go try and help. You managed to get her. With your low level nuke, you managed to kill her, so that's good. And then you get a dual victory. That's not like a situation you created. You just happened to have been in the area, and then something happened which generated like 2 kills for you in a dual victory. Like, you're not doing anything to force your will onto this game, to like force yourself to win. And like, yeah, you're getting the Shadow Blade / Silver Edge now. You don't really need the full Silver Edge. Like I said, the Blade Mail will help a lot. If an LC doesn't buy a Blade Mail, I'm also not scared on anti-mage, because the big way he's going to kill me in his duel if I have like a Vlad's is by redirecting my damage at myself, or redirecting my damage back at me, which is going to hurt a lot. Like Silver Edge, it's not really going to help you. You don't do magic damage. What's the reason disabling his spell shield? The rest of them don't really have passives worth disabling. I guess him to an extent kind of does, but let's look and see what you do in this fight, because I was talking about crap. You see them, you run around the side, and you duel him as that fight's still going on. I mean, you can't see up the hill, and their tier 1 is up, so you can expect people to be TPing in. So that is kind of a risky way to take it. One, you know you're not going to win that duel. It does hold them in place if someone else has follow-up on your team, but no one else has a stun on your team apart from your duel. So it doesn't really matter if you duel him. They're like, oh, team, I'm holding him in place. Like, they're dealing with something else right now. What were they just dealing with? Okay, so they're dealing with an Enigma. You start the duel, you end up dying because you took a duel there. They kill him and they move to deal with the anti-mage who just left because your duels didn't kill him and he was able to just walk away. You have to think about stuff like that. Like your duel's not going to kill this AM, and then he's just gonna he's just gonna leave because your team couldn't follow up. And if you were aware of that situation, you wouldn't have died, or like instead of you going around like this to go into that fight, you would have walked up here and then faced their force TPing in as like a collective front. Maybe that AM wouldn't have left. Maybe he would have blinked forward and like an idiot, and then he would have died because he would have blinked into your team. Or maybe you would have faced them. I think you had 4 heroes on like 3. And if they like TP'd in there, they're probably gonna want to fight. You know, they're bad players. They don't realize like, hey, this probably isn't a situation we want to fight in. And then they're gonna like run forward, and then you'll be able to get your dual target. But like the way you did it was just silly. Got an armlet toggle, man. Okay, that was not a harmed armlet toggle. I mean, you tried for a little bit, you know. It's mechanics you have to get used to. I'm pretty sure you could have got that though. Great, my Dota crashed. It's fucking great. Sorry, I'll try and get it pulled up for you quickly. I think the more interesting part is that this is the first time that has actually happened during a recording. I have like 20 something videos, and it happens all the time in the very beginning of recordings, and it has never happened in the middle of a recording before. But unfortunately, it usually like it happens in the beginning because I try and like skip through replays. And we're either gonna have to watch this in like X8 or something, but it's gonna be annoying. Yeah, I don't want to. It's probably gonna crash.
Night Stalker.
We'll try it. I mean, I discussed a lot of good points. If it crashes again, I don't want to waste like 5 minutes of a video trying to like go over all the same stuff or something. Or like get back to the original point. So like just to drive things home before I try and fast forward it, what you really want to try and do is like if you're insistent on jungling that hero, which is stupid, like you could have picked a support and you could have tried to do more in the laning phase, but whatever, you didn't. You need to try and jungle more efficiently. Like the easy camp is a very inefficient camp to jungle. As we said, you got like 123 experience per camp kill or something around that area, because all the easy camps can give pretty comparable experience, and you were doing pulls to do it. You didn't start with a stout shield, so not starting with the stout shield hurts you a lot. Not starting with the stout shield hurts your jungling efficiency. Any melee hero should pretty much always have a stout shield. The Calling Blade's fine if you're jungling, but where the fuck? Come on, better perspective. But yeah, and then you just didn't do anything. Like every fight you were a part of, apart from the last one before the game crashed, was just like, oh, hey, that's happening near me. Okay, I'll go do it. Like it's not you forcing your will and you trying to make stuff happen in a game. It's just stuff happening near you. Your itemization was silly. I mean, the treads is fine. Then you need to get some mobility item to help you get duels and gank, which is usually a blink or a shadow blade. In this game, as I said, against an anti-mage, the shadow blade is probably the best, even though your Slurk is probably also getting one. You know, it's actually going pretty quick, so maybe we could just fast forward through it while I'm recapping stuff. Oh, so we get the Shadow Blade, then you go look for kills. And you can just sit in their jungle and be a giant pain in the ass. Like, we're watching this in fast forward, and you're not really looking places too often. So you should probably try and assess what's going on, like who has what items, and understand what you're going to be able to kill. And, nice. You have to understand like who you're going to be able to kill, who has what items, and just understand like the state of the game that you're in. Because like when you dueled that Leshrac later into the game, when you duel him, you should have known that he had a soul booster, because you're just looking at his HP as like a bar, right? So you just see like, oh, he's almost full HP, but it's a Leshrac. He's got a low strength gain. You're like, oh wait, he's sitting on an extra 500 HP from having a soul booster. I don't think it's 5, I think it's like 4. Which means if you wanted to win that duel, we would have had to have brought him down a little bit first. And then you have to look at the situation and see, like, can I afford to bring him down, or is he going to get too far away while I'm trying to do that? And the armlet was definitely the wrong decision in this game. As I said, the blade mail is what's really going to make people scared, because any hero that's stronger than you, who could beat you in a fight 1v1, is now going to contribute to their own death. which is not fun. And, like, we're spending way too long in the jungle. It took you like 10 minutes to get to like level 6 or something. As you should. That Enigma was jungling slow, but like if he was a half competent Enigma, he would have been able to do a lot more. But that's just like reflective of it being a low skill game. It's like here you're 4-0. I think you get one more kill and then die 4 times. Like, you're just not very strong right now. It's 21 minutes in and you have 24 dual damage. The games that are a nightmare. I was playing like an AM versus an LC game once. Oh, cool. We're back to where we were. I was playing an anti-mage versus an LC, and because of how active that LC was, he managed to win and get like 100 dual damage in like 15 minutes. Just only like 5 or 6 1 duels. It's not like a crazy amount. And it's probably a little bit of luck involved, but him being that active meant my split pushing life was harder, because this guy could win duels against me, even though I was like kind of getting far ahead, because he had that extra 100 damage, which is like an insane amount of damage. It's like a free, I don't even know, like Abyssal Blade and damage or something. Nothing gives 100 damage anymore, straight anyway. So you come to this fight. Probably could have sniped that with your overwhelming odds. If you can afford the Shadow Blade, we should buy it right now, and then use it to hunt down that anti-mage, which is probably going to overstay his welcome. Oh, we don't... Oh, we're going to die here and not spend our money? Oh, this is where we were before with the fail toggle. So you got to spend your money. Like, you had tons of time. You should be able to set a quick buy. So anything you put into this queue, you can set a key to allow you to buy it really quickly. So you should have been able to buy that before dying. So now you're not going to have it probably another like 4 minutes. It's crazy. It's a crazy difference, because that's going to prevent you from like initiating fights. Like, let's see, we should have had that at, we'll say 24:30. Let's see when you finally get it. Buy one part of it. And like, that's another thing. You bought this. Now, if you ever show on the map, they're going to see you have the Shadow Amulet. What's the point in buying this and putting it in your inventory? It gives you like, it gives you some invisibility. It gives you like 20 attack speed, which is kind of nice. But I don't think that justifies putting it in your inventory, because if they're like paying attention, they're like smart players, they'll see it and be like, oh, the LC almost has a Shadow Blade. Hey, anti-mage, be careful, or something like that. Or the anti-mage will see it and just be like, oh, I need to be careful. You want to surprise people with a purchase like a Shadow Blade or a Blink, and like the first time you use that, you want to get a kill. Like, that's what an item like that does. When you first show that item, you should be showing it because you're getting a kill. So we should have had it at 24:45, and we're still not buying it. You have a courier sitting in base, you can have this delivered to you. And you managed to buy it when dying. But 4 minutes later, is like 3.5 minutes later, I'll say, is when you actually managed to buy that. So we're just sitting here, spam some overwhelming odds. Probably should try to hit the creep wave in that, and hit more people. You hit like one person, like part of a creep wave, right? Yeah, that was not worth it. You get bigger overwhelming odds. Then you wasted your Shadow Blade, or was that a bug? That might have been a bug. Okay, there's definitely some sort of bug happening. But I think you used your Shadow Blade to cast that, which is just silly. You guys need to wait. Yeah, you guys need to wait for her to have her ult. That's what was going to let you do this. Now you just lost the game. Like, you guys don't have a lot of ways to spam this down, but that's like you need to be spamming overwhelming odds. He can spam his Qs. How does this get out of position? Like, how do they start this? Just chipping. Get the Viper in the front. Oh, he just gets jumped by an anti-mage. See, like, you might have been able to start a duel or save someone there. Where were you in all of this? What the hell? Okay, so you're getting Rexed right now, and you're like a main source of lockdown for your team, damage, tank ability, and you run to bottom lane. You might have been able to save that sniper if you were here. You could have used you pressed the attack on him. You could have tried to duel the anti-mage who went like way too deep, and you're not even looking. You're not even looking at what's going on here, and you don't have a TP, so you can't TP back. Like if you see a team preparing to push, you can split push and then have a TP and go back to the fight. They're beating on your barracks, and you go bottom to split push with a Shadow Blade, no TP, and then you just lose. Like this is you playing really poorly right here. And also you got 4 kills and just died 3 times in a row. It's because you're not doing anything and you have bad items. Probably one of the lowest net worths. Bottom 4. Yeah, this game. I mean, this game is not going to go much better. So, we'll just do the recap again, just to like drive home a few things. So you want to like go into a game with a plan. You want to buy items for a purpose. You want to like think through everything you do. So, let's say we're intent on jungling an LC. I think it's terrible. It's low level games. You can do whatever you want. You need to start with a Stout Shield to jungle on a melee hero. In this, you could choke point jungle, which would be more effective. Killing that easy camp over and over again is very slow, as you found out when it took you 10 minutes to hit your level 6. It's very, very slow. Next thing, your first item after your treads, what's it going to be? And you look at this game, and the answer is always going to be a mobility item, not an armlet. It's going to be either the Blink or the Shadow Blade to allow you to get duels and start helping your team. Because like you screwed your team for X amount of time, how can I start helping them as much as possible and redeeming my crappy jungle pick? And the answer is the mobility item that'll let you like get in there and start fights. So in this game, because there's an anti-mage, you should have chosen the Shadow Blade. And then what that'll let you do afterwards is you can sit in the enemy jungle, get some wards out. I don't think anyone on your team ever bought wards this whole game. Like just do it. You're the jungle LC. You're gonna have, I mean, you're not gonna be rolling in money, but if it's gonna help you get kills, like if putting wards down helps you get a kill, it has now paid for itself. Like wards aren't that expensive. It's 75 a pop for a ward. You need 2 wards to cover the jungle. I'm gonna actually try and show you where you should put wards. So these are my favorite spots to put wards. I usually put one right here. That'll show me if they're in this camp. It'll give you some like vision of this whole area where a lot of skirmishes happen. You'll be able to see if someone's walking into this camp to jungle it. Another ward spot I like is right here. It'll show you if someone's jungling this camp. It'll show you people moving over to here. It shows you quite a lot. If you want an even deeper ward, if you're winning the game, you can put a ward here. That'll show you people hiding behind the tower. It'll give you vision of this. Well, the tower can't see it. It'll also tell you when people are jungling this camp. So if I wanted to put 3 deep wards, it would usually be here, like right underneath that tree. It would be here on the top of that hill, which will show me that camp. And it would be here, which shows me, like if I want to be farming here and I want to be playing aggressive, I need those wards up so I know people are coming to kill me too. So, like if you're playing aggressive, you can put a ward up here, and you'll see if the enemy team's coming to try and kill you. Like, because let's say you're showing the lane down here, you're farming the lane, you see 2-3 people walk through here, you're like, oh, I need to back up, I need to TP out, I need to do something. Usually that information on top of telling you if people are in those camps, and you know you'll be able to kill them. So like once you have your Shadow Blade, like the anti-mage is still gonna want to be farming. So you could just sit in the bottom lane. You can farm these jungle camps, push the lane in, wait for the anti-mage to show up, and then kill him, and then go back to doing it. Just go back to farming. Like it's a very, very simple way to play, and it's what's gonna win you a game. But you have to go with a purpose. Like I picked an LC, or sorry, you picked an LC into an anti-mage. What does that do for you? Well, it lets you duel him, and hold him down. I think it's an okay form of lockdown. I mean, the Enigma wasn't available. Enigma is also an okay, a pretty good lockdown, but he is a more reliable one. And like, if I'm an anti-mage, I'm probably more scared of an LC than I am an Enigma. It actually depends. Like, I guess I'm more scared of the LC if I'm playing from behind, and I'm more scared of the Enigma if I'm playing from ahead. Because I'll like win a duel if I'm ahead. And if I'm not ahead, then he'll kill me. And if I'm ahead, then, or if I'm ahead or behind, like the Enigma's gonna like control me for those 4 seconds anyway at the black hole. But like if you want to jungle too, you could have picked a Doom. Like a Doom is really good against their heroes too. Once again, I don't support jungle Doom. Those are all really, anything that's like a carry isn't usually a good jungler. Just because it takes like a bunch of time, it takes a bunch of resources, and they don't give you back enough until like mid or late game. It's not League of Legends. It's not where every game needs a jungler. It's not how that's not how Dota works. Yeah, so you have to work on your itemization, work on your jungle efficiency if you really want to jungle LC and keep doing that. Like I said, you can Quelling Blade through this tree and Choke Point Jungle. That's much quicker. These are worth way more experience than the small camp. And then just like once you have your item that's gonna let you, you know, control the game and like assert your will in the game, then know how you're supposed to be playing. Like the Shadow Blade, like I said, jungle the camps, get pickoffs, rinse and repeat. Just keep doing it. And that creates space for your team. Like your team's stupid, but like they'll eventually hit these creeps, and if the whole enemy team isn't here trying to kill them, they'll be able to get some farm, and you might be able to win the game. But I hope that helps. This is kind of like a quicker video, I think, among all the ones I've done. If I want to look at some other stuff, it might help you out as well. If you have anything else you want me to look at, feel free to send me a message. But I think those tips should be able to help you out quite a lot and help you with your jungling. Because you shouldn't look at this game like, oh, my team just wouldn't stop feeding. It's like, this is a reasonably close game. And like you need to look at what you did and how what you did didn't help, you know? Like when we look at you, you just AFK jungled, didn't do anything to assert pressure, luckily got a few duels and a few kills, but like if we look at this, you have 5 kills, 4 of them were like, oh, these are conveniently happening near me, let me go duel someone, let me throw out an overwhelming odds. Like it was nothing you went out of your way to set up and do. And that's something that's like it's like a pick-off hero, as an initiator hero. I guess LC's not really an initiator, so to speak, but it's like a pick-off hero, like a mid-game, like snowball hero. That's what you need to be doing. Anyway, best of luck in future games. Feel free to leave comments, feedback. All is appreciated. Have a good one, man.